Good morning. The Iris system has been manufactured to do the welding control in production. It is divided in four portions. One portion, which is the criteria mold, only accessible by the administrator. After the measurement mode, accessible for the operator, following the data stored in memory by the administrator, rule mode because you can control any measurement, and statistics. That means you can do statistics on the measurements done within 1 year or months for one weld for its very large statistic on production. If we speak about criteria mode, that's the most important because the administrator can choose plenty the measurements that the operator has to be done. If I open this, you can qualify there is 10 points of measurement, and those 10 points of measurement the administrator can analyze if it is an operator or welding operator or if it's the robot or something like that. You can qualify what you want. Okay, I just show you I can load uh, to read the criteria like that. You have, the possibility on this criteria. I have, or on this material, I have 500 welds, and in this case, I can control those 500 welds with the measurements that the operator has to do. And the operator measurements are linked. Is only one click and you measured it. After I will show you, but that's the most important part, is the administrator, and the administrator gives to the operator the welding measurements, or the measurements you have to do on the weld. Okay, measurement mode. On the measurement mode, the operator captures the image first. If it is a new weld, you have to qualify or to tell which vehicle, which part you are, which operator is doing, okay, and the reference of the part which has been take out from the production. I just put, okay, and the day of manufacture of this part. And we can so monitor the tools. But in this case, I just confirm. I confirm, and there is plenty of welds to do following the administrator. In this case, we are just showing all parts, all measurements you have to do. Okay, I can capture image. I capture it directly with the camera. I have one in storage. I just show you with this storage, but in this case, I have done this measurement. Okay, the magnification is because this is an image, a known image. If it was taken by the system, there is no magnification because I know the magnification. The system is controlled by a standard rule linked to the cofrac or linked to the tube as you want. Okay? And when I have done the picture, the operator is now, he has to follow what the administrator as specified on the criteria mode. In this case, I have this single on the picture, and the single tell me please measure the thickness, and I measure the thickness. Tack. That's the thickness of the sheet. Okay, and there is possibility here to measure the thickness, which is the theoretical one, or the exact measurement. If it is the exact measurement, after the criteria are modified following the thickness of the sheet. Okay. After I have again the second, I have to measure it. Okay. I have done. After I am linked, I just can measure the length of the first chord. I measure it. It starts there to there. After I am linked, I measure the length of the second sheet. And after I am linked to the penetration. Penetration 1. Here you see it. Okay, I'm linked on the picture. One click. Another. One click. A is the thickness of the welding. It starts there to there. Following. Okay. And I measured it. B is the gap you have between the two sheets. It's here there is a very small gap, but I measure it. Okay? Even I can amplify. Okay? Okay? And I can measure really. Okay? I come back. Okay? And after that I have to measure alpha, beta. Beta, alpha are the angles there. Okay, that's very. The operator has to do some clicks. That means the operator just take 10 seconds to do a measurement. But he has to follow the administrator parts. It's because I am not the administrator, I'm the operator. But if I was the operator, the administrator can do the same. But I tell to the operator which measurements they have to do. Okay. After you two, that's there is um, some parts there where it's the weld is too high. There is a deviation on the thickness. In this case, there is no. You click two times and it's done. Okay, and after the measurements are overlay or not. If they do not overlay, they can do the measurement because if they have done something wrong. But if they overlay, the measurements are linked to the picture. Okay, by the end I can measure all. I measure another one. I can follow this one, for example. It's another one. It is, for example, this one. Okay, okay, it's the same. I confirm, and this gap is more important. I have to measure again the thickness. Okay, I have to measure again the thickness. Okay, I am linked now. I measure it. In this part I am linked. Okay, now I measure the penetration, okay, and after I measure the, okay, those letters can be changed. Okay, there is no issue. B, in this case, there is a gap there. Okay, I measured it. Alpha, beta is the same. Alpha, beta, yeah, okay. Okay, the angles, one, there is no, okay, but U2, there is one. Here, I can amplify it, okay, I move, okay, and there is a small gap, nothing, but I can measure it now, from there to there, okay, and overlay again, okay, that's good, and I finish, and by the end, when I have done this, I have plenty of measurements, after I can do the statistics. And on the statistics is the same. You have plenty of possibilities. You go on the measurements and after you can follow what about or a date or a tool or a class or a chord and measure or not measure. This there is plenty of things to do with the restat. If you want more information, I can go ahead with this, but think that this system is more for the production.